Welcome everybody to the first workout in June. And it's going to be a workout with the TheraBand. You're going to get a little tired of the TheraBand while we're doing videos because it's the one prop that most people have. And I'm trying to come up with other household kind of props, but sometimes it's challenging. All right, so stand with your feet just hip distance apart and have the doubled up band right in front of you. And instead of having your palms facing backwards, have your palms facing forward with your thumbs away from the body and hold the band with nice lengthened arms and just pull the band a little bit back across your thighs, and you'll find that it encourages your shoulder blades to widen. I mean, not the collarbone to widen, and the shoulder blades to just slightly retract. Make sure your ribs are not sticking out as you do that, but they're pulling in. And then we'll simply breathe in this position. Take an inhale. Feel the ribs go out to your arms. Exhale through the mouth, through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a birthday candle, and let those ribs come in. Inhale again, and lengthen up through the spine as the ribs go out. And exhale, keep the length as the ribs come in. Inhale, get longer. And as you exhale this time, pull your feet apart so that we wake up the outer line of the legs. You're going to be doing quite a bit of abductor and outer thigh work today. Inhale and hold that pulling of the feet apart. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head as the ribs widen. And as you exhale, we'll pull the feet together so that we don't only wake up the abductors, but we wake up the adductors or inner thighs. Hold it here as you inhale so that those inner thighs are engaged. Exhale, let it go. And then just adding on one more. Inhale, get longer as the ribs go out. And as you exhale, we're going to also pull the feet in and pull up on the pelvic floor. Inhale here to hold it and get very long. Watch that the tailbone doesn't flip back. That's pointing right down through your heels. And exhale, release the pelvic floor a little bit as you open your eyes and get ready to move. Bring the band into your hand and bring it right out in front of you. I'm going to stand sideways on this so that you see what I'm asking about. With the arms held at shoulder height, you're going to retract your shoulders a little so that they're not protracted. And then we're simply going to march here, lifting up the right leg to as high as you can, maybe trying to touch the band, and then the left leg, and the right leg, and the left leg, and the right leg, and the left leg, and the right leg, and the left leg. We have 4 more. Now try not to have your pelvis tilting forward like that as you go up. You don't want a C curve. You don't want to have your chest dive down. You want to have from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone a nice, straight, neutral spine. 1 more on either side, and stop. I'm going to face you here because it's easier for me to see you. Bring your hands above your head, pull your ribs back, lower your shoulders, and having just a little tension on the band, continue that marching, this time starting with the left foot. It's up and down, same height, but even though you don't have a target, try the same height, but remember, nice straight spine, no flexion in the spine. We have 4 more full sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Now, as we lift the leg, we're going to lower the arms toward the lifting leg without twisting the body. So it's just giving a little bit of tug to the far obliques without a twist going on, okay? So if you lift your right leg, the arms are going to go down on the right side. And then on the left side as you lift your left. Try not to side bend as you do this. Just weave. One more on either side. And stop. Okay, so now you're going to take the band and make a single length out of it, please. Put the middle of the band in the middle of your back, up by the shoulder blades. Okay, so when your elbows are bent, they should be right along the seam of your shirt, palms facing up, arms in a right angle at the elbow. Okay, before we start this, I'm going to shift the weight onto the left foot and bring the right leg up into tabletop. Your hip flexor is just going to hold it there. You're going to reach your arms out in front of you, bring them out to the side, feel a little retraction in the shoulder blades, and circle the arms. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the circle, don't let the leg drop. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the leg down. Connect your heels, turn your toes out, bend your arms. Okay, now as you reach the arms forward, you're going to lift those heels, hold them lifted as the arms open, close, bring the heels down, bring the arms in. So I'll do it once. You can see I'm lifting my heels, keeping them up as I open my arms, close them, the heels are still up, the heels come down. Okay, we'll just do this as just a prelude to going to the other side. We're going to lift the heels, open, close, lower the heels. Keep those ankles nice and stable. Lift the heels, open, close, lower. Keep the ribs connected. Lift, open, close, lower. One more time. Lift, open, close, and lower. Parallel your legs because they were in a lateral turnout. Toes pointing forward now. Left leg comes into tabletop pretty high. And you reach your arms out. You bring them out so that you feel just a tiny retraction of the shoulder blade. And circle the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more in the opposite direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put the leg down, bring the arms in, turn your toes out, keep the heels connected. Let's do a little leg lifting again. Now I want you to squeeze the inner thighs as you go up. All right, so you're gonna come up, squeezing those inner thighs together, open, close, and go down. Heels up, open, close, and come down. Careful that as you open your arms, you're not flaring your ribs. Connect through the ribs and come down. We have 2 more. You're lifting up, opening, closing, and come down. 1 more. You're lifting up, open, close, and come down. For the next one, I'm going to turn to the side. You don't have to, but I want you to see. All right, so we're just going to reach the arms straight out and do a back lunge. So you're doing one leg and come back, opposite leg, and come back. Try to go low and step very far back. We have 2 more full sets like this. First leg and second leg and first leg and second leg. Okay, and now we're going to modify that a little, right? I want you to step back with the first leg. As you open your arms, tuck your tailbone a little bit so that you really feel an abdominal contraction, and bring your arms together and stand up. So you're going to go back with a neutral spine. As you open your arms, you tuck your tailbone and pull your navel up towards your sternum. Bring it back in that tuck and come down. So you need to feel a response in the pelvis. It's tiny, but you should feel an abdominal contraction. We're going on the first side, opening the arms and tucking. Hold the tuck and come up. Second side, open the arms and slightly tuck the pelvis and bring the arms back and come up. 1 more on either side. You're going back. Tuck it and lift and back. Tuck that tailbone under. Bring the arms together and come up. We're going to open the arms now. Keep the band where it is. And then you're going to turn your palms so that the thumb is down and the palms are facing the back wall. For this one, again, I'm going to turn to the side so you see what I'm going to do. Keep your shoulders down, keep your ribs in, and the arms are going to push back. 2, 3. If you have good tension on the band, you really feel it. 7, 8, 2, 9, 10. Now bring it in a little bit. Now the arms are going to pulse up for that same count. So it's 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to put it together. So we're going to go back and up, back in, up, down, back in, up, down, back in, up, down. 4 more. Up, down, back in, up, down, back in, up, down, back in, up, down. Last one. And then drop your arms and do a shoulder roll. Now, if your band was constantly touching your back, you've missed the point of the exercise in the sense of when I push back, I just bring it to my back. I don't wrap it around. Okay, it's back and touch, back and touch. When I'm going up, I never touch. It's back, up, back, up. Just a little refinement so you know exactly what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to have the single band now in front of us. And we're going to open our legs wide, toes pointing out. And I mean seriously wide, not just a little wide. Okay, because we're going to go down into a plie, you know, my favorite position. Okay, now, you know, plies really lend themselves, especially when you bring your hands over your head, to thrusting your thighs forward, thrusting your belly forward, and going into kind of an extension back bend. No, we're going to be neutral all the way in this. So just have your hand right out in front of you with your knuckles pointing towards me. Okay, and then do a straight back plie. And as you do that straight back plie, you're going to bring the band over your head. You're not particularly pulling it apart. And then you're standing up. Okay, you're going to try to get down so that your hip crease is at the same level as you need. That's a theory. You're going to try. And go down. And come back up. And go down. And come back up. You have 2 more. Down. And up. And down. And up. Now be careful. Take a look every once in a while that the knee, when you're going down, is not caving in so that it's inside the big toe mound. You want those knees to be tracking right over your second and third toes. All right, so now we're adding on, of course. We're going to go down in that plie, bringing the arms over the head. Okay, you're going to have your right arm bend at the elbow and bring it to your hip, side bending to that side. Come back up. Bend the left elbow, bring it to your hip, side bending to the left. Come back up, lower your arms. Starting with the left. We're going down. Side bend to the left with the elbow to the hip. Side bend to the right. Elbow to hip. Stand up, lower the arms. Come up, starting to the right. Elbow, up. Left elbow, up and down. Come up, starting at the left. Elbow, elbow on the other side, and down. Good. That's enough of that one. We're going to add a twist now, but instead of being additive the whole way, we'll just do the twist. So we're coming up with the arms up above our head. Get low, really low. Come on in, get lower. And then we're going to twist just your upper body to one side. Come back. Twist it just to the other side. Come back. Lower the arms, lengthen your legs. Starting on the other side, we're going down. And we're twisting now for me, it's the left. And then it's the right. And then I'm lowering my arms and coming up. Going down a third time, we go down and twist. Twist to the other side. Lengthen your legs, lower your arms. Go down in the plie. Twist to your left, come back to the center. Twist to your right, come back to the center. Don't fall over like your instructor. And stand up. Okay, that's the second move. The third move is really interesting. So I'll do it once facing forward and once facing side so you see what I'm talking about. You're going to go down first with the arms over the head. You're going to bend your elbows and bring the band as far in back of your head as you can. Maybe a little bit farther back than goalpost arms, okay? But so I don't want it touching the back of your head, don't want it touching the back of your shirt, and then come back up. So let me do it to the side so you see better. When you go, you'll go down. Then you're going to pull your arms. You don't want it here. You don't want it here. You want it back there. Now look, my chest really wants to go out in this. So I'm going to really pull those ribs in and the tailbone down, and then stand up. Maybe more instruction than you need, but I want to make sure that you're careful about this. So let's do 4 now in the best position that you can. All right, inhale, your arms go up as you go down. And then exhale, you're going to pull it as far back as you can, and then come up. And do it, pull it, and come up. And pull, and come up. I'm staying down the whole time. If you're plieing every time, it's fine. And then come all the way up. Great. Okay, now we're going to put those 3 moves together. We'll do all on one side, then we'll do it all on the other side, and then we'll do both sides. Okay? So let's go down, low. And I'm going to start on my right side. I'm going to put my right elbow to my right hip, come back to the center. Now I'm rotating to the right, coming back to the center. Now I'm doing goalpost arms way back and pull my ribs in and bring it up, stand up, straighten your legs, lower your arms. That's everything to the right. Now we're going everything to the left. Go down, good. Left elbow comes to left hip. Now we're rotating to the left, come back to the center, goalpost arms with lifted chest but pulled in ribs. Come back up and go down. Starting to the right, we'll do both sides. We're going down, okay. Right elbow to right hip, twist to the right, goalpost arms with a big extension, and come back up, don't come up. And left elbow to left hip, and left twist. Goalpost arms pulling way back. You should feel a big retraction of the shoulder blades. We do not want to see the arms lengthen. They're very bent. And come back up. Good. So when you come down into goalpost, it's not there. It's really goalpost and back. Because sometimes you extend your arms and it's a different move. All right, we'll do the whole thing starting with the left. So here we go. It's up. All right, left elbow to left hip. Come back up. Left twist. Come back up. Goalpost arms really bent, elbows really pull back far. Come back up. Now, right elbow to right hip. Right twist. Good. Goalpost and pull those elbows back, pull your ribs in. Come up. Lower the arms, straighten the legs, bring your legs together. Step on the band, feet about hip distance apart. Get the ball of your foot to have very firm contact on the band. And then you can hold the band in any comfortable way. We're going to do squats, straight back squats, with a bicep curl. 8 of them. So you don't have to have your hands forward. You can have them a bit forward to make it a little harder so that your arms aren't back when you do the bicep curl. The easiest bicep curl is if your arms are in this position. You just bring your arms out a little bit and do a bicep curl there, and you'll feel considerable more reaction in the front of your body. So you choose what you're going to do today. And let's go and do the squat and do a bicep curl. And stand. We're going to do 8 of these. Now, wherever your arm is, you don't want to move it forward. You want to keep it where it is and move your hips back. Keep your chest lifted. Let's do 5 more. 5. Remember, you're sitting into a chair. 4. Exhale. 3. We have 2 more. And 2. And 1. Now the move changes. So we're going to go down, do a bicep curl when we're down. hold the bicep curl as we stand up, and then release the arms. It looks like this. I'm going down in the squat. I'm bicep curling, coming up in the bicep curl, straightening the arms. Okay, let's do 5 more of those. Arms are out or just right by your side. You're going way back in that imaginary chair. Hold your upper arm still as you bicep curl. Hold the bicep curl. Stand straight up. Lower your arms. Go down in the squat. Bicep curl. Hold the bicep curl. Stand up. Slowly release your arms. Let's do 1 more. We're going down in the squat. Bicep curl. Hold the bicep curl. Stand up. Lower the arms. So as you can imagine now, we're going to go backwards. So while you're standing, you're going to do a bicep curl, hold the bicep curl, sit back in the squat, and then hold the squat as you very slowly release your arms and stand up. And do the bicep curl and squat. Slowly release your arms without changing your squat and stand up. And bicep curl, and go down, lower those arms, stand up, last one, bicep curl, squat, lower the arms, stand up. Now I invite you to take your left foot out of the band. You're going to keep your right foot in the band. I want the band to be of unequal lengths. So move your right foot over to the right somewhat on the band. And then you're going to take the short end, which should be in your right hand, and bring the short end to your hip. It's just an anchor there, okay? The left hand, you probably want right toward the end of the longer end of the band. But the hand itself starts at your navel or just above your navel. So you're just standing there with one hand on your hip, that's your anchor. The other arm is going to be your moving arm, and that's in front of your navel. You're going to squat down, stand up, abduct the leg in the band or the right leg, and reach up and out with your left arm. And then come back. Squat and stand, and opposite arm and leg go out. Down and up. You're going out and up with the arm, and down and up, out and up, and come back. Let's do 4 more. Squat, stand, out and up, and squat, stand, out and up. 2 more. Squat, stand, out and up. Last one is squat, stand, out and up, and hold this position as you bring the leg in and out, and in and out. Nice and slowly, in and out, and in and out. We have 4 more, and 3, and 2, 1 more, 1. Put the leg in the band down. The arm that's in the long end of the band, have the band wrapped around a full circumduction of your hand. Now you can step back with your free leg. I'm going to pivot so you see me to the side. Right, my free leg is my left here. I'm stepping back and bending my right leg. The band is anchored under my right leg. Notice where my elbows are. They're not forward, they're way back. My chest is lifted. I'm pulling through my back long leg heel, and I'm stretching and bending my arms. Exhale, 3 and 4. Tricep extensions, 5. We have 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3. We have 2 more. 2 and 1. Hold the arms long and lower them straight down toward the ground. Now we're going to lift and have 2 pulses in the arms. So you lift the arms to the back, pulse it once, pulse it twice, and lower. Lift, pulse it once, pulse it twice, and lower. You are definitely hinged forward with your upper body. You lift, pulse once, pulse twice, and lower. We have 4 more. Lift, pulse once, pulse twice, and lower. Lift, pulse once, twice, lower. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, step up, and let's do the whole thing on the other side. So now the left foot goes in the band with a slight bias toward the left side of the band, so that the left side of the band is shorter than the right side of the band. The left side of the band is going to go on your hip, right? The right side of the band is going to go at your navel, and the right side of the band probably has no tension whatever. And we will go down and squat and stand. Right hand goes up and out, left leg abducts. Squat and stand and reach those arms and legs apart. Squat and stand and reach apart. And squat and stand and reach apart. We have 4 more. It's squat, stand, reach apart, and squat, stand, reach apart. So we're working abductors, we're working arms, and we're also working balance. I love exercises like that. And come out and hold, and then lower and lift the leg. 2, and 3, and 4. We have 4 more. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Put the leg down, wrap the long end of the band around your hand so that the 2 ends of the band are approximately equivalent. I'm going to face you for this one because I think that you see better. The free leg, that would be the right, steps back while the front leg bends. So you're going to be in a lean forward. Keep your palms facing forward and lengthen out your tailbone and your heel on the right side. And then the arms are going up to the side and down without bending your elbows. You're moving from the shoulder and coming down. The body doesn't change level. You're tilting forward to me. So your shoulders are way in front of your hips. And we have 4 more like this. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. 2 more. Exhale, inhale. Exhale and hold. And inhale. All right, now remember how we pulled back with a pulse pulse? We're going to pull just in that same move that we did out to the side and up, but pulse at the top. So have your arms wide to begin with so you start tension. You're going to lift up to shoulder level and pulse once, pulse twice, and lower. And lift to shoulder height and pulse once, pulse twice, and lower. Pull those abs in and up, 2, 3, and lower. Or you can think lift, pulse once, pulse twice, and lower. Let's do 3 more. Up, pulse, pulse, and lower. And up, pulse, pulse, and lower. 1 more time is up, pulse, pulse, and lower. Step the other foot into the band. Get both parts of the band almost equal. And let's just do a forward flexion. When you're down here, wrap the band around your both hands twice. And then I invite you to simply stand up and let the pressure of the band help you to elongate your spine. And then we're going to drop the chin to the chest and roll down. Let the band pull you down. Go as far as you can. Bend your knees if you need to. Start evolving up. Let the band remind you to widen that collarbone and lift your navel, lift your pelvic floor. Last one. Go down on the exhale. Take an inhale at the bottom. Pull up your pelvic floor and your navel. Come all the way up and love the resistance because it helps you find neutral. Then unwrap the band from your hands. I'm going to change the camera angle and we are going to go down onto the mat. Before you go down onto the mat, warning, what I'd like you to do is put your foot in the band, but catch the heel. I am forever having you catch through the ball of the foot near the toes. I'd like you to catch the heel. I find that it has to be very wide, and you probably want your heel right at the far edge of the band so that a lot of the band comes towards the arch in the middle of the foot. Once you've got it there, you're going to go down on hands and knees, keeping it. The right leg will be in between the two parts of the band when you're kneeling down. Okay, I have it on my right foot now. When you kneel down, one end of the band should be coming between the two legs, the other one on the outside of the right leg. Too much instruction, but I have to change the camera angle, and I'll be right back. There we go. Okay, I actually cannot see myself. I'm hoping I'm centered for you. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly what I told you to do. Step in the band, get my heel on that band, and come down into a quadruped position with my right knee in between the two edges of the band. Have your palms facing one another and be on your knuckles. Okay, so I want you to lift your chest, pull your abs in so that you're very firm in your abdominals. Then keeping your toes on the mat, move the right leg, the one in the band, along the mat until it's completely lengthened, and then lift it at the end, put it down, bring it in. So I want those toes to scrape along the mat, lift, lower, and pull it in. Inhale to go out, exhale, lift, inhale, lower, bring it in. You're going out, lifting, lowering, and bring it in. We're doing two more. Out, lift, lower, bring it in. One more time. You should feel your glute, especially on the lift, and bring it in. Keep the knee down. You'll take your left arm, the opposite arm from the leg which was working, and we're going to do the same thing with the arm. The knuckles glide out on the mat and then lift, lower, and come in. They glide along the mat, they lift, they lower, they come in. They glide, lift, lower, come in, glide, lift, lower, come in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale one more time. Glide on the inhale, exhale to the lift, inhale, put it down, exhale, come in. Now you know darn well as I do that I'm going to put that together. So remember, try to keep them both very close to the mat and lift at the last bit. All right, we'll do 6. Look forward, lift your chest, pull your shoulders back towards your waist and engage those abdominals. Don't forget the pelvic floor. Arm and leg both elongate, opposite ones, and lift, lower, and come in. They elongate, lift, lower, and come in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We have 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You're going to leave the band on the mat and free up your left hand. Kneel up, turn toward me, put your left knee on the end of the band. Okay, so I have the left end of the band that I put down on the mat, took it out of my left hand, and I'm kneeling up. So now I got my right foot in the band. I'm going to move my foot back a little bit in the band. So instead of being at the heel, I'm catching it at the ball of the foot. It's more stable there. Then I'm going to take the longer end of the band, which is on my top side, and it's going to go around my shoulder as if I was a hobo carrying a sack. And then I'm going to put my left hand down on the mat. Everybody with me so far, I hope. Lift your chest, pull your head back. Then you're going to keep the leg bent on the top and lift it to hip height. Okay, so here I am, here's the position. And if you don't like the band wrapped around the shoulder, you can always just hold it at your hip. You're going to stretch out that leg at hip height and bring it in. Stretch it out, exhale, bring it in, inhale. Stretch it out, bring it in. If this is too much on your wrist, just lay down and hold both ends of the band and do the same thing with your body elongated on the mat. Hold that leg out and you're going to lift it up, lower it toward the floor without touching, and lift and lower and lift and lower. We have 3 more. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift and hold and circle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse the circle. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish it off with a pulse upward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ouch. Put your leg down. And then you're going to bend both knees and have your right hip sit on the outside of your right heel. And you can stretch it a little bit. Okay, and I'm just sitting and stretching those hips. My legs are turned back. And this gives a nice just elongation of the abductor that's been working and working. And then, of course, we have to do the whole thing on the other side. So rather than have you stand up, the easy way to get it on the heel, well, nothing's easy, but is just to bring yourself into a half kneel with the left leg forward and put the heel in the band. Okay, you're going to hold one end of the band in either hand. They should be about equivalent lengths. And then you just pull that knee down to the floor. Have your knuckles on the floor. And here we are, ready to do the other side. Looks like everybody's just about ready. So we're going to slide the toes along the mat, lift the leg at the end, put it down, bring it in. Make sure the right hip isn't going way out to the right as you elongate the left leg and lift it. So keep having an inward pull on the right hip as you're working the left leg. Out, lift, lower, in. Out, lift, lower, in. One more. Out, lift, lower, and in. Now it's the right hand that's going forward and lifting because we work the left leg. All right, right arm goes forward and lifts, lowers, and comes in. It never bends, it stays straight so that you're moving from your shoulder. And inhale, inhale. Exhale, we have 3 more. Lengthen, lift, down and in. Lengthen, lift, down and in. One more. Lengthen, lift, down and in. And just like on the other side, we're going to put them together. So leg and arm together. Engage everything. Make sure your posture is correct, especially between the shoulders. And lengthen arm and leg and lift, lower, come in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Lengthen, lift, lower, come in. Lengthen, lift, lower, come in. 2 more. Lengthen, lift, lower, come in. Last one. Lengthen, lift, lower, come in. You're going to let the band release from the right hand and just have it on the mat. Kneel up and turn toward the camera or toward the back wall. And all you have to do is anchor with the right knee and make sure that your left foot, rather than catching on the heel, is catching on the ball of the foot. Depending upon how much tension you felt in your hip on the other side, you might want to give yourself more length in the band, or you want to maybe shorten it up. The shorter, the more work for you. And remember, if you don't like my little hobo hold, with it across the back of your shoulder, it's fine to wrap it around your hand and hold it at your hip. That also works just fine on this. Okay, so whichever hold you prefer, right hand goes down on the mat, head goes back in line with the upper back. You keep the left leg bent and bring it up to about hip height. As you lengthen it, don't let it drop and come back in. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we have 3 more. Lengthen it and pull it in. Stretch it and bend it. On your side is fine for this. Stretch it and bend it. Now you're going to stretch it, lower to the floor, lift it, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, never touches the floor. 2 more, lower, lift, 1 more, lower, lift, hold it there, circle, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse the circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the worst one, pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the leg down, kneel, and then you're going to sit on the outside of the left side of your ankles so that you're crossing sort of, and the hip that's working is on the bottom now. And giving it just a little bit of a stretch. Okay, and swing your legs around. And we'll get rid of the band for just a minute, because the first part of our abdominal series doesn't use a band, but we use it thereafter. Okay, so sit up for a second, and then I want you to lean back so that you're on your forearms, which keeps your upper back lifted off the floor, but make sure that you are not neutral here. So here's me neutral. What I want is a little scoop in the abdominal so that instead of kind of being right towards your sit bones, you're definitely on your sacrum. It's a little roll to the pelvis, okay? And then when you've got that, keep your collarbone wide. Try not to sink into your shoulders ever. And bring one leg up into tabletop. Then bring the other leg up into tabletop. Then open your knees so that you're forming a diamond or you have frog feet. Okay, keep that pubic bone pulling up towards your waist. Okay, point your toes, and right leg is going to go down in that configuration until it touches the floor and come up. And now the left leg. Now remember, it's the lowering of the legs. It's not the rocking of the pelvis. You're pulling your pubic bone up towards your chest specifically so that your pelvis doesn't rock. We have 1 more on either side. Good. Now, if that's hard for you, continue to do that alternate leg. If it's okay for you, then connect the feet and have both legs go down without losing that collarbone, without sinking in, and come back up. Try to resist the rocking of the pelvis by pulling that pubic bone up towards your chest, down, and up. You feel how your adductors really grab this. And let's do 4 more. It's down and up. Remember, you don't have to touch. And down and up. We've got 2 more. Lower and lift and lower and lift. Now hold them in tabletop. Maybe close your knees for a second. Just refresh. Open that collarbone. Open the knees. Keeping your heels connected. You're going to stretch those legs until they're completely long. Toes are turned out. Heels are connected. And you're coming back in. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. Now exhale, hold it out there. Flex your feet, point your feet, and bring it back in. And go out, flex, point, bring it back in. We have 2 more. Go out, flex, point, bring it back in. 1 more time. Out, flex, point, bring it back in. Sit yourself up. Then have your legs elongated and have the band around the balls of your feet. The feet do not have to be together. They can be just hip distance apart. They can be wider apart if that's more comfortable for you. So just try to have ends of the band equidistant and have your arms a bit lengthened. You don't want a lot of resistance on the band here. You want some resistance. Okay, so here you are. Why don't you nod your chin a little bit and so that you feel a little stretch along the back of your neck. Then if your arms are resting on the ground, like mine are, you're going to lift the arms up a few inches off the ground and they never touch after that. Drop your chin a little towards the chest and curl your upper body up as you simultaneously do a bicep curl, lowering your shoulders, looking at your toes, and go down. Exhale to come up just as high as you can, and inhale to come down. Remember, the arms are not touching. We're just working thoracic flexion here. A lot of people have trouble getting their head up to kind of a vertical position when they're lifting their upper body, and this helps. This is your last one, so you're going to hold it up here, right like this, and then we'll just do 10 bicep curls, 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3. We have 2 more. 2, 1, lengthen the arms, go down on the mat. Keep your legs how they are. If they're very wide apart, bring them closer. I mean, it's fine to have them hip distance apart, but you don't want them much further apart than that. Okay? And then you want to imprint your back a second and bring your legs into tabletop. If your elbows are anchored on the ground, see if you can challenge yourself to lift them off the ground. And when your legs stretch straight out, try not to have the elbows lengthen. Okay, you're going to hold these lower arms pointing to the ceiling the whole time. But now lift your head and shoulders if you can. And then you're going to press and come back and press and come back and press. The lower you go, the more stress on the low back. So you might need to stay high. We have 2 more. It's 2. This is a challenge just to keep that head and upper body up. Good. Come back and cross the band. Okay, so now you've got an X on top of your shins. And one more time, you're going to lift your head and shoulders as high as you can. The legs are still parallel. You're going to go out and pull the band apart at the end and come back in, like you're making a V. Pull it apart and come back in. You should feel it all along the outer line of your leg. And go out and pull apart and come back in. You got 5 and 4 and 3. 2 more. 2, keep that upper body high. And 1, now hold it here as far apart as you can get them and pulse outward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs in and roll yourself up. The legs are still long. Uncross the band. Now, if you need a little bend in your knee for comfort, it's fine. Not a big bend. A little bend is fine. Have enough length in your arm and band so that when you're sitting up straight on your sit bones, you may have to bend your elbows a little to get some tension, right? And then get rid of the tension instead of by bending your elbows, by bringing your arms out to the side. So sometimes this is called the airplane position. So my arms are about 45 degrees off center. All right, now we'll start this easy. Okay, we're going to tuck the tailbone under and roll back, and you're going to bring your arms into a hoop in front of you. So when I did that, I realized that I have too much tension on my band because I don't want a huge amount of tension. So I'm going to roll up and then stack my back, and I'm going to give myself more slack in the band. You might try that too, because this is eventually going to go into back rowing. All right, so sitting up straight, the arms are out. As you roll down, bring it in to a little hoop. It's not right next to your chest. It's a hoop out in front of you. Shoulders are down. Upper back is very flexed. Lower back is also flexed. Tailbone is reaching forward. Then you're going to come up in this curve and stack your back. Let's do it one more time. Make sure that you've got the right tension. We're going to roll down. It should be very moderate here. Inhale, deepen your imprint. Deepen your flexion in the low back. Come up all flexed from the top of your head right through your tailbone. And stack your back so it's completely neutral. Now we're going to add the back rowing part. So roll down with bringing your arms into a hoop. Keep where you are and bring your arms out as wide as you can. They're probably in front of your shoulders. You're going to start pulling your arms back at shoulder height as you bring your whole body, forehead toward knees, and bring your arms as close together in the back as you can. Then keep your body where it is as the arms come forward toward your legs. And when you get slack, you're going to curl up to a straight position. So we'll have a few to practice that, maybe 4 more. Okay, arms should be light on the band. You're going to roll down, bringing the band into a little hoop. Keep the body flexed in the upper body. Reach your arms out, they're very wide. As you pull those arms back, don't lower them. And bring your forehead toward your knees or your shins. Keep your body pulling forward, hip creases back as the arms come around, and then stack your back. It's exhale to roll down. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to pull back and dive forward. Inhale to have the arms sweep forward. Exhale, sit up straight. Exhale to roll down. Inhale to bring it out. Exhale, you dive forward over your hip crease. Bring your arms close to the back. Keep them high. Reach them forward. Back of the palms come toward one another, but they don't make it because you lose tension. And we have one more time. We're rolling back. Keep those shoulders down. Bring the arms out. Dive forward toward your toes, forehead to knees. Bring the arms back. Bring them around. And stack your back. You might want to give yourself a little bit more tension for the next one because it's obliques. Okay, again, the arms start out. You're going to roll back, bringing your arms into a hoop. Make sure both sides of your sacrum stay where it is. And you're going to turn to one side and bring one arm out and one arm up. Bring it back to the center. Other side, come back to the center. First side, come back to the center. Second side, come back to the center. One more on either side. First side and second side. Roll up and stack your back. Good. Let's do it one more time. Whichever side you started twisting toward, twist to the other side of the first time. Arms out. And then you're going to roll back, make your hoop, keep your pelvis level and grounded, and reach and come back. One arm up, one arm out, and come back. It's the trailing arm that's up, the leading arm that's out. Make sure you get those ribs to move. And roll up and stack your back. Good. Okay, so I want to do a rollover. And just to practice with you, please watch it once because it can be confusing. All right, so I'll lay down on the mat and imprint my back. Keep my feet in the band just where they are. And I have my knuckles pointing to the ceiling. Before we do the rollover, we're just going to practice the arms. Give yourself a lot of laxity in the upper arms. Keep your head down and just reach your arms back and see if you need more length. I want to have those arms completely extended, so much so that you can pull the shoulders down your back. We'll just do one more so you can get the spot on the band that works for you. Okay, now you're going to watch this, please. Okay, with my elbows down this time, my legs are going out in front of me. They're hinging to the ceiling, which is pretty easy. Then I'm going to take my arms and reach them over the head and roll over. Hopefully my hands touch the ground. Keep the hips where they are. Turn the knees out. Draw your heels towards your sit bones. And in this little all bundled up frog position, you're going to start rolling down with control. And then allow the arms to come back forward and bend your elbows. Let's try it again. All right, so you're going to stretch the legs out without moving the arms. Hinge them toward the ceiling. They don't have to be right at 90 degrees. Reach the arms over your head. Roll up onto your shoulder blades, not onto your neck. Turn your knees out, but keep your heels connected. Bring your heels toward your seat. Start rolling down with control. Don't let gravity grab you and pull you. And then when your low back is down, you can bend your elbows and bring your legs out. Try it again. We're going to hinge and roll, reaching the arms over the head. Turn your knees out, bring your heels to your seat, roll down all bundled up, bring it in, and one more time. You're going to reach your legs out, bring them up to the ceiling, pull over your head, knees turn out, heels come to sit bones, stay here, and allow yourself to go down with control. The control comes from the abdominals. And then just bring your legs into tabletop. Roll yourself up and turn yourself over onto your stomach. You're going to have the band above your head when you're on your stomach. You don't want the band to be very wide, okay? So have your arms inside your mat, and let's have one hand, don't care which, anchoring the band. You're going to press into all your toes, flatten out your foot a little bit, lift your kneecaps, pull your navel in, get your pubic bone down on the mat. Both arms stay long the whole time, they never bend. Using the hand that's an anchor, lift your kneecaps again and levitate your upper body off the mat. Okay, just lift it. The arm is admittedly doing some help here, but the back muscles are also engaged. Then the moving arm, not the anchor arm, is going to lift up and come out just in line with your shoulder and go back overhead. It comes out in line with your shoulder and back overhead. In line with your shoulder and back overhead. Line with your shoulder, overhead. One more. Line with your shoulder, overhead, and go down. Without changing sides, we're going to add a rotation to this. All right, so it starts in the same way. You're going to use the anchor arm to help you lift the back a little bit, but make sure you hollow out your stomach and you really engage the abs. The arm comes up slightly off the floor, and as you turn, you're going to twist and then come back. Lift it and twist and come back. So it comes higher than it did the last time. You want to twist through the upper body, not through the hips, so that both hip points stay on the ground. One more time, exhale and inhale. And that's good. Let's do it on the other side. The moving hand becomes the anchor hand. Both arms stay long, shoulders are pulling down your back. Okay, so here we go. Press into your anchor hand, lift your kneecaps, press into all your toes, lift your upper back till it hovers off the floor. Head and neck, of course, are there too. Lift your moving arm and bring it to shoulder level and back over your head. To shoulder level, feel the shoulder blade rotate on the back ribs. Really feel it here. I do anyway. One more like this. Come back, Put your hand down. Now we're going to come up and do the little twist with it. So engage your kneecaps again, press into all your toes, reach your tailbone down to your heels and feel the little bit of a pelvic tilt that makes. Lift the arm, lift the upper body a little bit, and then twist and untwist. And you're just rotating as you're lifting, and instead of being kind of a semicircle, the arm becomes something of an arc. 2 more. 2. Last one. You can leave the band right where it is. Leave your hands, well, not necessarily. Put your hands under your shoulders. Sit back toward your heels, tucking your tail under. But instead of having loose arms next to you, have those arms stretched out just as far as you can and tuck your tailbone under. We're not resting yet. I want you to come up in that little cat stretch with the back very arched. Come forward and allow yourself to go into an extension, pressing into your knees, pressing into your toes. If the spirit moves you, you can lift your knees and go down and then round on the way back. So we're quite flexed in the back here. We come up through flexion, all the way forward in flexion, and then we evolve to neutral, and then to extension and lift. But the extension, remember, is through the upper back. We don't want to accentuate the extension in the lower back. We have 2 more. Come forward and extend. Now, upper back, upper back, upper back. Really engage your abs so it's not low back. And last one. Evolve forward. You can turn your toes under if you want to, or press into the top of them. Come forward, get that upper back to really engage, then lift your knees, pull your abs upward and inward. Bring the knees down, round your back. And now come a little higher off your knees so that you imagine that you have, a beach ball, a 4-stack of toilet paper right there, and you're rounding over it. And then sit yourself up cross-legged. If you can cross your legs, I'd like you to, because I'd like to get the hip stretch first. This is just the ending, but I want it to be an ending that's good for everybody. All right, so instead of having your hands long in this spine stretch forward, have them a little forward of your knees, outside your knees and a little forward. And I have my hands clawed like this. Okay, sitting up straight, I'm going to pull my abs in, pull my hip creases back, and allow my spine to go forward, relaxing the shoulders down, and go as deeply into this fold as you can. The outer part of your hips may not like it. The inner part of your groin muscles may not like it. Tell them it's okay. They're just getting stretched. And then uncurl your back and sit up. Change the cross of the leg, whichever leg was in front before. And if you can cross at the shins as opposed to the ankles, you'll get a better stretch. Okay, think middle of shin as much as you can. Try to get your sit bones even. Hands go back where they were. Lift up, pull your hip crease back, make your pelvis go into a little posterior tilt, and you're rolling forward, elbows out to the side, and see if you can go down as far on this side as when you had the other cross. And hold it for a second. And if your muscles are all tensing and saying, oh no, I don't like this, tell them to cool it. They're not going to stay here forever. And if they could just give, that's what you're trying to get them to do. And come all the way back up. Okay. So now bring your hands in front of you and interlace your fingers. You've done a lot of grabbing of the band today. So invert your hands now so the palms are facing outward, and this will stretch those hands which have been gripping the whole time. With this configuration, retract your shoulders and protract the shoulders. Retract them, squeeze them toward the spine, bring them away from the spine. retract, protract, bring them to the center. Do shoulder rolls, up and back and down and forward, up and back and down and forward, up and back and down and forward. Go in the other direction. The arms are staying at shoulder height. One more. Good. Now shoulders, arm bones should be sort of middle of shoulder socket. You're going to bring the arms over your head and lengthen up to the ceiling. While you're here, release the hands, change where you're interlacing so the other index finger is on top, turn them inside out. And then from here, with your arms reaching, you're going to side bend to one side without the hip lifting on the other, and side bend to the first. Side bend to the second, side bend to the first. One more on either side. Second and the first. Come back to the center. Keep your arms just the way they are and bring them in back of your head. So you can loosen your interlace a little if you need to. Widen your elbows. Pull your head back into the hands without lifting your chin. If anything, lower your chin a little bit. Pull your head back and lower your shoulders. Now lift your chest, but pull your ribs in. Maybe engage your pelvic floor. And think about the length of your spine. Release your hands to the outside. And that's what we have for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, come back on Friday if you can at 11, and we'll play some more. And I will unmute you all in case you want to say anything.
Thanks, Bonnie.
You're welcome. I'm trying very hard to unmute everybody, but it's not working.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay, so everybody, it's good to be with you. Okay.
you.
Thank you. See you soon.
Friday.
Bye.